Hello and welcome to this podcast series organized by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India on GCC Summit at GIFT City, Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar. And we have with us V. Balasubramaniam sir, who is the MD and CEO of NSE International Exchange. Welcome, sir, to this GCC Summit. Myself, C.A. Sanjeev
Thanks,
Sanghi,
Sanjay.
I'm the council member and the convener to promote India as a accounting GCC. We are organizing the GCC Summit to create this traction. What is your take on this to start with, sir?
Oh, it's a wonderful initiative. I think last month we signed a MOU with the institute, and I think one of the big themes was how do we promote India offshore through GIFT City.
Right.
And I think I have been to many roadshows over the last 2-3 years, where I think institute has participated quite a lot, collaborating both with the regulators, even the exchanges, and we have done many programs. The basically where overseas chapters of ICA has actually participated, and I think GCC is the right movement. It is actually the buzzword, and I think India is very well positioned. And I think the institute has a very big role to play in it.
Yes,
I think even our Honorable Prime Minister amplified the message that I think from India now, we should start providing services to the entire world. Like he says, make in India, but for make for the world. So I think similarly, accounting services, tax services, many of the ancillary services can definitely be provided.
right, sir.
Even
Right,
within
sir.
the capital market ecosystem, there are quite a lot of fund management entities, fund accounting, many of these things, fund administration services. I think Institute is very well placed to kind of do that.
So I think, sir, we have around 4,50,000 chartered accountants and 11 lakh students who are good number crunchers. And once you talk about exchange and capital market, all these excites them, and they are getting exposed to these international markets. One important thing is, the focus and the objective is to very clear from the institute perspective is how we can generate more employment for our members into the GCC ecospace, or they can create their own GCC. Now, when they create their own GCC, they need talent which they already have. They just need to get into that maturity model. Now they need more funds or they need more ecosystem. How can NSE, International Exchange, help in that or help in these particular objectives, wherein our chartered accountants can be more involved? And what are the different domains and services they can provide so far as NSE IX is concerned?
Sure. So NSE IX, as you know, is the leading international exchange. We have almost a 99% plus market share within the GIFT City. We almost on a daily basis trade more than $5 billion on the secondary
Wow.
market. So having said that, what we are also now looking at is how do we do capital raising, both in the form of equity, debt, and in even other alternate instruments like REITs, etc. So incidentally, right now one IPO has already been filed with us. So that should basically clear the road and the track for more and more issuances to come. So fundraising is definitely possible, not only through equity route but also through debt route. In fact, on the
Nice.
debt side, we are already, as GIFT as an ecosystem, we have almost raised close to about $80 billion of
Wow.
ECB or global debt or foreign currency denominated debt. And as institute members, I'm sure you are one of the many of your members are very entrepreneurial. I'm sure a lot of service companies, especially in the area of cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, all these are now growing areas.
Right.
I'm sure many of your members will be interested in promoting some of these ventures. And these are very large scope, and these can be globally delivered from any jurisdiction. And GIFT also is very ideally positioned. And as an international exchange, we can definitely help your members to raise the money. Number one. Secondly, many of the large capital market players internationally also coming through NSE International Exchange to participate. Finally, we are nothing but a port where we let capital flow through us.
Right.
And what we are now seeing is many of these large major firms, they all require tax services, they require accounting services, they require audit services, which are all the core competence of institute. So I'm sure that many of this is going to multiply. Even as in our own exchange, we have now recently started a subsidiary which is going to promote global access. So far we have been focused more on the inbound side. Now we are going to look at many resident Indians also want to diversify their investments. So we are going to provide the global access opportunities.
Excellent, excellent. So I think we are very thankful to you for training our delegation who came to your NSE IX, and they were very excited to see all different things happening over there. And that brings up a lot of important responsibility when we are at GIFT City, and when we look at tier two, and I'm more specific towards the GCC part. Is GCC is more going to be popular when we go back into tier two and tier three, and we set up GCC over there. That's what the whole objective is. So how can we create this, learnings, the avenues and the awareness and sensitize all these members? How can we develop a maturity model or a course or an objective? What are your thoughts of how ICI and NSE IX can work together so that we can take this forward and we can go back to the member and say, this is one big thing which you need to have access to, which you, I think, is already giving a lot of support upon. So what are those areas where you think we can work together for the benefit and sensitizing all our members and students?
Definitely. See, in the capital market domain, we also want to grow responsibly. So it is just not about business, but it is also about ensuring compliance in the business. And when we talk about compliance, there are a lot of, I think, prudential requirements, although these are light touch with our regulator, but since still there are a lot of discipline which are required to be maintained, both in terms of books of account, in terms of various compliance, in terms of various reporting requirements, all of this. I think all of this will require some professional services and professional people to help out. So many firms who are our customers, broker dealers traditionally, they will all require these kind of services. Apart from that, we are also now been allowed to expand overseas, where we also take remote trading participants.
Wow.
So these remote trading participants, again, when they actually come into GIFT City, they put the servers and they put their algos into our co-location and so on and so forth. So many of them also require handholding in terms of tax services, etc., which again, the institute members can clearly provide. Thirdly, the number of broker dealers which are now coming into NSE IX is growing day by day. I'm sure that itself is going to be a very large ecosystem which will probably employ more chartered accountants, more people. Also, recently the Capital Market Intermediary Regulation of IFSTA has actually made it mandatory that every business unit or every intermediary needs to have a principal officer and a compliance officer. So that itself will actually start churning in more kind of needs and more kind of requirements.
And just two more questions, sir. We have 54 chapters, foreign chapters, overseas chapters, since you are from international exchange, 54 chapters where our chartered accountants are, and 31 representative offices across the world. How can we engage them with NSE IX? Is there any idea, any thought where you can suggest that if you can, collaborate and work with these 54 chapters? You already been saying that we have been doing seminars, workshops, and doing a lot of them. What other things, if at all, can be done with them?
So one or two things which even we have put in our MOU as one of our objectives.
Right.
We said that we'll create a knowledge program series because there are a lot of things which are happening in India as an ecosystem, both mainland India as well as the offshore India in GIFT City.
Right.
Now the thing is, there are a lot of affluent non-resident Indians. There are many foreign individuals who are looking at India as a major growing economy. I think your institute members in these chapters are not only playing the role of just personally coming and learning about it, but they can actually be a catalyst to get more people get mobilized as far as it is concerned. And that will be human service for us or for the country per se. So what we can look at is we can actually curate programs where we can actually target certain chapters. Along with them, we can create even international webinars. And we could also invite potential customers of them. So it could
we
be
can have a round table.
Yes, absolutely. It could be a very interactive kind of program, and it can be channeled on very specific subjects. So that people who are nuanced, they can do it. So, but then the idea is finally it will take the person to the destination, so that finally the transactions are fulfilled, the objectives are done.
Excellent. So it was great interacting with you. Before I end, just one last piece of suggestions, advice, like when we are trying to do this, we are trying to create this buzz on the GCC eco space. What is that one suggestion or guide you want to share with us for the institute, for our members and students to grow this GCC eco space, because you have such a huge experience? What is that one more thing which we can add into our bouquet to work upon?
No, I think the most critical thing for a GCC space is, I think, the 3 C's. I always look at it, which is basically competence, second is the credibility, and third is the cost advantage. I think all 3 are very important. And
I think we have all of this.
We have all of this. And I'm sure the institute members are all extremely competent. And in fact, you can count it as one of the best premier accounting institutions in the world. And secondly, I think as an institute, you have built the credibility. NSE also has got a very good credible track record. And I think our parent organization has now emerged as the largest exchange of 5 consecutive years in the derivative space. And now we've become probably 3rd or 4th largest exchange in terms of number of transactions we do. And in terms of size, we are, I think, now almost 7th largest in the world.
Wow.
So that basically credibility is also there. And clearly, the services which we can render from India, and given the GIFT City has certain tax advantages also, the cost advantage will clearly pay out. Why can't we do accounting for the whole world? Why can't we do audit for the whole world? We can do all of that through the GCC. And virtually, with the world turning virtual, I think it's very, very important. And from an institute perspective, I think there is only one suggestion which I have. I think more and more digital virtualization of all these practices, and the newer, younger Gen Z plus beyond, all of them need to be made sure that they
Right.
learn the AI tools. They also are very good in communication with international customers,
Right.
so that the front ending is possible. These are two areas which
I think that's a
should be done.
wonderful suggestions. We already have this AI committee, and we also have this English speaking courses, but more sensitization needs to be happening over there. So the remarks which you have given about the institute and our members is really motivating. And let me tell you that chartered accountant who used to be the back office for the entire world is now going to be the brain office of the entire world. And we are going to see a future with the support of all of you together, that we are not just accountants for the country, we are accountants for the entire world. And let me tell you, we are being termed as partners in nation building with the support of all the ministries and the government. And the way we are looking at things, we are looking forward to be partners in global building.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for being with us. This is CA Sanjeev Sanghi, the convener and the council member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, taking a task to promote India as an accounting GCC. And thank you, Balasubramaniam ji, for being with us, and we'll have more interactions in future. Thanks,
Sanjeev, and thanks to the institute. It's been wonderful being here.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.